Hello everyone. So today we are going to explore about TCP. In previous three videos, we have discussed about the introduction of a Wireshark and the connection, the computer connections and computer networkings and HTTP, how HTTP works, how web pages get execute and how we see the text files on the web pages and how um, the DNS server works, how we get the IP address, how the physical address is different from the IP address, and all of these things we have discovered. So now we are going to explore the third and the fourth lab of the this computer networking book by the Kurse. So before getting into depth of these TCP, we should get the basic foundation idea of the TCP. So I have created a presentation. So it would help us to get the basic idea of the TCP. So what is TCP? The TCP is a TCP is nothing. A network is the suppose consider situation. A network internet is the big hub, and the transportation is done by someone. This someone is nothing. TCP, and all the protocols are living in that hub, and the transportation is done by these TCPs and another transmission protocols. So it is by this name suggests us that transmission control protocol is just its duty and and the job of this protocol is to transport the information, large files to the internet, and from the internet to the local servers and servers to the internet. So let us take out some words from this presentation. The transmission control protocol (TCP) is a reliable transfer protocol used in a computer networks to ensure data is delivered accurately and in order. As I told you that it is the backbone of the internet because TCP is the primary protocol for the internet communication, allowing device to connect and exchange information. As I told you that it transport the data from one device to another device. Just by its name, it is designed for transmission of the data. So key characteristics, TCP is a connection oriented, ensure data reliability and performs the flow control and supports error detection correction. So it is a very convenient protocol that is designed for the error detection and that supports the for the error detection correction and ensures the data reliability. That data is sent properly and flow perform flow control. So whenever we send the data doesn't get the flows because whenever we send the data, sometimes data get overflow and it is get lost in the internet. So TCP performs the flow control so that the data doesn't get lost and it is to be sent it at the proper place. So we will use acknowledgement with the TCP. So we will discuss that later. Before that, we should get the foundation of the TCP. So the importance of TCP, first is the reliable data delivery. TCP guarantees that the data sent over a network is intact and in the correct order, making it essential for applications such as web browsing and file transfers. So reliable data delivery because TCP ensures that it delivers the proper that it delivers the data at the proper destination. So sequencing flow control, as I told you that sometimes the data get overflow and it get lost in the connections. So TCPs control the flow control and having the sequences. So it just send the acknowledgement, then it send the data. So whenever at the time of overflow we get lost that what was the data which was sent lastly. So we at the time we have acknowledgement that support us to get the information that last time it was the sent data. So network congestion and management, TCP dynamically adjusts the data transmission rate based on network condition, helping to prevent congestion. So congestion is to be managed with the help of TCP. It is the one of the importance of the TCP. So TCP functionally. functionality. So basically, TCP performs various kinds of function, but we had divided it into mainly three parts. Three-way handshake, because TCP has some criteria. As I told you, that it uses some acknowledgement key to the which is to be sent by sender and received by receiver. And at the time of data transmission, both the sender and receiver are playing with the acknowledgement. So establishes a connection using three step: SYN acknowledgement, packet segmentation disassembly. TCP breaks data into smaller packets for transmission and resembles them at the receiving end. So reliable error detection is also there. So to detect and correct transmission errors. So Wireshark overview, we have discussed this, and capturing, we have also discussed this, that how can we capture the packets. So analyzation we have done. Packet inspection, no worries about that. Only a simple job is to be done. We need to capture the packet from the internet. Then we have to apply the filter on the Wireshark, and we would get the definitely we will get the TCP packets which we have generated from the browser. Then we need to analyze and perform our job over there. So the conclusion is nothing but TCP is the backbone of the reliable data transfer of the internet, and Wireshark is an invaluable tool for capturing the and analyzing the TCP traffic. So we should now look out for the Kuruse file. So what does it suggest? Before looking for this, we should start the Wireshark, so we can properly we can just analyze the packets and the TCP. So I'm using Wi-Fi. The traffic is now being shown on the Wi-Fi. Okay. So now we are getting some TCP packets over there. So we are applying TCP filter. Now we are getting TCP packets. Let us see. Let us firstly stop this and read out the Kursor file. So there are some 8 pages. We will discuss with very details in them. So capturing a bulk TCP transfer from your computer to remote server. We have captured this one. So we are done with the first job. Now we are looking so we have filtered out the TCP. Yes, we are using the TCP protocols now here. So a first look to capture the trace. So before before anything happens, so we should see that. So we should generate more information about TCP. What is TCP? Transmission Control Protocol is a communication standard that enables application program and computing device to exchange to message over network. Okay, it is a diagram for that. To understand more, a client is server. Uh, three types of three message it follows: SYN, acknowledgement, and acknowledgement SYN. So we can see this in the Wireshark TCP Transmission Control Protocol. So now we just discuss about this. So previously in previous videos we had discussed about this thing. IPv4 is there. Okay, we have discussed all about this. Now this time we are discussing about the TCP. So source port is given for these yeah, the packet that I have selected 443, and destination port is 6294. So as you can see that stream index is 0 for that packet, and conversation completeness is incomplete because of the packet haven't generated over there have been generated over there. So TCP segment length 0 and sequence number is 1, and uh, also we can see the sequence number and the raw is something is, and acknowledgement number is sent. As I told you that with the help of diagram we can understand more that a client sends data to the server, then then also with the when the server receives something data, it sends the acknowledgement to the client, and that client verifies that the data which he had sent, that it confirms with the acknowledgement, and then after it sends the next data, then the server again sends the acknowledgement for the data, and clients again verify that. So Here we can see that the acknowledgement number is this, and flags are there. Flags have some responsibility over there. We have discussed in the earlier video. Sorry, wait a minute. So window is having some information with it, and checksum is unverified because of something, and options are there. Operation we have performed over there. Now we see some statically idea about TCP. TCP stream. Oh, sorry. Before that, so as you can see, the graph is produced over the TCP or the network round trip graph. So we can get this graph easily by just by statistics. Click on statistics and TCP stream graph and downtime trip graph. Then we would get this graph. So we are getting this graph. I'm closing this one and stop capturing the packets. So TCP basis we have discussed in the PPTs, and TCP congestion in the control action. So we have generated different type of graph. So I think we are done with this, and thank you.